It's working, but you just got to give it time. I started doing pest control last year. We have certain pesticides that are a slow kill. They don't kill immediately. It's a residual that dries and the insect gets on it, and it doesn't kill them immediately, but it gives them a chance to take it back and transfer it to the rest of the colony so they can kill more than just that one. So the pesticide can kill more than just that one insect. Initially, when I first started, I used to be certain situations, certain accounts, I'm spraying up. I'm like, man, is it working? Like, and then I'll be like, then I would start doing more. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me pour more. But it's like, nah. I had to learn after having an experience where I go back another time and the problem is taken care of. Or sometimes I realize I put too much on it and now there was like a puddle up against the wall. And it's like, no, 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 you don't want that. You want to just put a good amount to where it can make contact and eventually it's going to kill them. Goes the same thing with life, man. Sometimes when we plant seeds, we'll sit there and stare at that seed trying to wait for it to grow. Imagine planting a watermelon seed and just sitting there staring at it right after you plant it. Come on, do something, do something. No, we don't do that. It's the same way when we plant seeds in the spirit, when we sow into people, when we sow into ourselves, or when we invest in something, when we invest some time and energy, prayer, fasting into something, when we invest resources, when we invest learning something, reading something, or applying something. We have to allow that thing to work. We have to allow God to bring the increase. Same thing when you sow the word into someone, when you preach the gospel to someone. A lot of times I think we will preach the gospel, we'll see people even give their life to the Lord, and then we'll see their behaviors not shift quick enough, and we'll start to think, oh, see, they faking. A lot of people do that. But sometimes it's just the seed that you planted. One man plants, another man waters, but God brings the increase. So we got to be patient enough to let these things work. When you sow a seed of the word into someone, don't be so quick to call them false because they haven't changed as quickly as you thought they would. And when we're honest, there's a lot of stuff in our lives that did not change immediately. But the problem is when it's not the big things that we consider the big things, like smoking and drinking and fornicating and all that, we don't think it's that big of a deal. But you didn't grow and you still remain prideful for 15 years into your walk. You still prideful right now, right? You still got thoughts in your heart. They may not manifest outwardly as damaging as some of the sins you like to judge do, but there are things in your life that you have been struggling with for years and years and years, and we have to extend that same grace and mercy and long suffering to other people. And it goes across the board with everything we do. Even when we don't see it, God is working, right? Is it an excuse to let people live however they want? No. But God knows the heart of a matter. You looking at someone who got saved. I quit everything cold turkey. I was high when I got saved. It was literally 420. I sold weed. I was selling X pills. I had 150 X pills in my pocket when I got saved. I smelled like straight weed when I got saved. You know what I'm saying? I was high, right? And then I gave up everything cold turkey. And then as soon as some things happened in my life, I went back to what was familiar, filled with the spirit, everything. That does not mean that the seed of God was not planted and that I wasn't born again. It does not mean that I wasn't truly converted. A lot of people say that. Anybody that says that, you are arrogant and self-righteous and you pretend like you don't struggle with something. You are a liar and the truth ain't in you. The scripture says it. Any man who says that he don't sin is a liar, right? And so over time, the Lord's seed that were planted in me started to bear fruit, and I started to those things started to fall off. I started to get sober. Now I've been sober. It'll be 8 years next month. Matter of fact, that I ain't had a drop of alcohol. And so, I was smoking weed. I ain't smoked in years. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know the date as far as that, as far as how long I haven't smoked weed, but it's been years. And so, but alcohol was really the big, most destructive thing in my life. And so I say all that to say this. It can be applied to every aspect of our lives. If the seeds have been planted, the prayers have went up, sit back, be patient, and allow it to manifest, right? We live in a microwave era where we want everything instant. We want it instantaneously. And a lot of times when things don't come immediately, we quit. I was a victim of that when it comes to business stuff, when it comes to all type of different things. When things don't work out, must not be. If you don't see certain things, no. If you know God said it's okay, if you know you're doing the right things, you planted the right seeds, give it time to manifest. God bless.